In a room where the walls were the color of a winter mist, Julian lay in his bed. He felt very small and very tired. The hospital was a quiet place, and Julian often stared at the ceiling, wishing he could see something other than the pale white paint. He felt as though the world outside had forgotten him. One afternoon, a new roommate arrived. His name was Silas. Silas was a gentle man with a voice that sounded like a warm cup of cocoa. He was given the bed right next to the only window in the room. Julian sighed, wishing he could be the one to look outside, but he was too weak to move. "Tell me," Julian whispered one morning, "what do you see out there? Is the sun shining?" Silas turned his head toward the window and smiled. He began to speak, his voice painting pictures in the air. He described a sparkling blue lake where white swans glided like clouds on water. Julian listened with his eyes closed. He could almost feel the breeze Silas described. "Today," Silas said, "there is a parade. I see children in bright red coats, a band playing silver trumpets, and a man selling balloons that look like giant floating lollipops." Julian laughed, feeling a spark of joy he hadn't felt in weeks. Every day, Silas shared a new wonder. He told Julian about a garden where the roses were as big as dinner plates and the butterflies danced in pairs. He described a young couple walking hand in hand and a dog chasing a bright purple ball. Silas's words made the gray room feel like a palace of colors. Because of Silas's stories, Julian started to feel stronger. He looked forward to every morning, eager to hear what was happening in the world. He felt like he was right there by the window, watching the swans in the parades. Silas's imagination was a gift that kept Julian's heart full of hope. But one quiet morning, the room felt different. Silas's bed was empty, and the window was still. A kind nurse named Clara came in to tidy the sheets. She spoke softly as she told Julian that Silas had passed away during the night. Julian felt a deep, heavy sadness. His friend, the storyteller, was gone. After a few days, Julian asked Clara if he could move to the bed by the window. "I want to see the lake and the parades for myself," he said. Clara nodded gently and helped him move. Julian's heart raced with excitement as he finally reached the glass. He leaned forward, ready to see the beautiful world. Julian looked out the window, but he gasped in surprise. There was no blue lake. There were no white swans or colorful parades. Instead, there was only a flat, blank brick wall just a few feet away. The window faced the side of another building. There was nothing to see at all. Julian called for Clara. "Why did Silas tell me those stories?" he asked, his voice trembling. "There is nothing out there but a wall." Clara sat on the edge of his bed and took his hand. "Silas was completely blind, Julian," she whispered. "He couldn't see the wall. He only wanted to give you something beautiful to look at." Julian realized that Silas had used his heart to see, not his eyes. He had been the voice by the window to help Julian heal. That afternoon, a new patient named Leo was brought into the room. Leo looked sad and tired. Julian smiled at him and turned toward the blank brick wall. "Hello, Leo," Julian said warmly. "Would you like to hear about the view? Today, the lake is a deep, sparkling emerald, and there is a family of ducks teaching their babies how to swim." Julian's heart glowed. He knew that kindness and imagination could turn any wall into a window of wonders.